Kidding me? Check. Hopefully you can do some lip reading. Start over. Welcome to the Little Nugget Show. That's why you always got to put the fucking headphones on first. Welcome to the Little Nugget Show, where the Denver fans and the Denver Nuggets themselves are licking their wounds after a good old-fashioned ass cooking. God damn it. Ass kicking by the Detroit Pistons. None of us are on our game today, apparently. Although I do have an ironic story to tell you a little bit later. And it comes down to Jamal Murray's free throws. Anyway, so Detroit comes in number 1 record in the East, acting like fucking Cade Canahan. What the fuck is Cade's last name anyway? God, I'm pissed at these. I can't stand losing. I can't stand losing to aggressive defense. What we're going to talk about in this show is that aggressive defense, because I have a few insights there, and those we call little golden nuggets that we're going to dig out of the gold mine here. So Cade Cunningham thinks he's too cool for school. Looks like he just ripped a big old bong hit at all times. Kind of looks super annoyed, like, why am I even here? Like, I'm too cool to play basketball. I don't think he played good at all. Fuck out of here if he's an all-star. Maybe so, but if Jamal Murray isn't, they both played like shit at times. But the Nuggets, without 4 of their starters, and that's getting old, because I had every intention of seeing Joker today. Matter of fact, I got my little Joker drink here. The one and only, the last one in the state of Colorado. My son gave it to me, and I said, I will hold it till the day the Joker comes back. And I literally took it with me. We had basketball practice. I took it with me. Unfortunately, we're a little late tonight because of that said practice, which starts at 7, and the game started at 7. And I also have not even listened to the DMVR postgame, so. But no worries, nobody's here watching anyway, so the fuck don't matter. The insights I have on the game. Let's go back to my notes. Oh, Murray had a GTS on Cade. GTS, write that shit down. Get that shit. Give me that shit. Give me that shit. Peyton does that all the time with the blocks. Give me that shit. Jamal Murray had one that was the dirtiest when Cade was just trying to bully him straight down the mall. Just block, pull, rip, and gone. I thought that was beautiful and definitely not a sign of things to come. One funny thing, I think it must have been in the first half. The Lithuanian slingshot, they called it. When Val makes a three-pointer. That was funny. Lithuanian slingshot. And the Denver Nuggets were up 2-0, I think. And then trailed the entire game up until the end where they lost. But they were down at, I don't know, I don't have the stats in front of me, but they were down probably at least 15, 16, 18, somewhere in there. And they were basically getting their ass handed to them the entire time. Luckily, Bruce Brown, Tim Hardaway Jr., a few crazy flurries from Murray, Spencer Jones with his 4 out of 5 threes, unconventionally kept the Denver Nuggets in the game. You know what else kept them in the game is the fact that Detroit can't make a three-pointer to save their lives. They did make some that I was like, what the But Detroit was shooting terrible. Denver was actually getting a lot of stops. And they cut it down to 2 a few times. Matter of fact, they cut it. Detroit goes in to make a 2-pointer. They're up 3. Denver goes down, and Jamal Murray takes a 3 and gets fouled. So he has 3 free throws to tie the game with only 7 seconds remaining. Unfortunately, Jamal Murray sold the game. So he throws one off the front of the rim. This is a 90% free throw shooter, mind you. He should be, but he's actually 89%. now because he missed at least 3 tonight. And he ain't making no 30. So they ain't 90% tonight. Matter of fact, we'll pull those stats up and look at them. But the irony is that after every practice that we have, I stick around and shoot, and I shoot, and I shoot, and I work on some things. But I always take time to shoot at least 10 free throws. And tonight I was like, well, I'm not going to do it more than once because I got to go. But this was the first time in at least this year, if not last year, that I remember that I made all 10. And I was feeling on fire. I made 10 straight, and I literally backed up. You know, I was so locked in that I was like, every shot, it felt like a miss to me if I didn't hit the back rim. Because if you hit the back rim, it comes back to you. I had probably 4 out of 10 that came back to me. And when they would just sneak in over the front, I'd be like, God damn it, I got to go get the ball. Literally make all 10, back rim, the ninth one, hit the 10th one. Actually, I back rimmed the 10th one because I just grabbed it. I took 2 dribbles and a step back to the 3 and busted it. And I was like, wow. I'm on today. I better go home. So packed up my shit and left. Unfortunately, there were some delays, so I wasn't able to start the game too soon. But by the time I get it started, I just had a feeling that Denver was going to get their ass kicked. I mean, you're down 4 starters. I found out for sure at this point that Jokic wasn't going to play. And I'm like, well, we've done crazier things. And the one thing you got to give Denver Nuggets is that they made it close on the scoreboard anyway. They basically never led in the game past 2-0. They were behind a lot, and Detroit did whatever they wanted at times. And yet, they only lost by, 2? So, that'll look good on the scoreboard. And, if I'm not mistaken, we have the chance to avenge this terrible loss in just a few short days. Let's have a look at the Denver Nuggets schedule. Brought to you by NBA.com. Share screen. Denver Nuggets schedule. Why does it always jump to that fucking tab? I hate that shit. That's not what we do. That's not what we do. That's what we do. And now I got to go back to the tab to play with it. Okay, look at me, my trackpad. There we go. All right. Dude, how do we get it so big? So 2 more days. We got the Brooklyn Nets, the return of Michael Porter Jr. That'll be fun. We owe them an ass kicking. That's the white jersey. Oh, you know what? I did create a spreadsheet finally to get the jersey win rates going. Where was that? If I find it in a minute, I will pull it up because it's there are some fascinating trends. At least according to my friend ChatGPT. Oh my goodness. Dude, where is it? Of course I don't have it. What did they wear? Blue tonight at home. That's a pretty good one. White at home is 1-0 so far. So if that means anything, we're 100% and white at home. So against Brooklyn, I say we have a 75% chance of winning. Now, the Detroit Pistons came into Denver as a 7.5 or 7-point favorite. With Denver missing 4 of their starters, including the greatest player on earth. So, I just hate to see those fucking Pistons get all cocky. I used to hate the Pistons. With Lambeer and when they were playing the Lakers. Back in the day, I couldn't stand the Pistons. Isaiah Thomas, none of them. Never had any like for the Detroit Pistons. I do like their colors, though, kind of. And the fact that Hardaway Jr. was playing with them last year and busted 3 or 4, I think 3 on him. That was cool. But we do have a dirty stretch of basketball coming up. It's going to be tougher than shit, especially if Jokic is going to take an extended vacation. I swear to God, I bet you he's just waiting till he misses enough games to not be MVP. And then he's going to come back. I think he's missed 14 now. And we got a free one because the Memphis game was postponed. So he would have missed 15 now. But I guess we've done... Well, he has missed 15 now with Detroit. So the record is 9-6, I think, without him. And we were hoping for 10-5, but we didn't get it. So, but the Clippers are the hottest team in the league right now. Brooklyn's our only 75% chance of a win. Clippers, I'm saying 40%. Depending on who comes back. Cam ain't going to come back forever. And then AG's out forever because he's always hurt. We talk about AG. I mean, we all love Aaron Gordon, but his legs just can't handle his upper body. He needs to lose some weight. He needs to slim down. Stop taking them steroids. He's too big. He's too big for his legs. He's just going to keep hurting every hamstring and calf he's got. One after the other. So I don't expect to see him play much again. CB, I've said from the beginning, is hurt. Like, I don't know what the heck. It didn't look like a bad injury, but... Why is this fucking thing not going on? But he definitely tore something, and I bet you anything it's that type of injury where it's like it's going to be painful, it's going to be nagging, and you need surgery to clean it up. But he doesn't want to do surgery because then he's going to be out for 6 weeks. So he's going to be playing hurt till the end of the season. That's my guess with CB. Cam, not the toughest tool in the shed. I feel like he'll take his sweet little time. And Jokic, I figured he'd be back already because he is the toughest tool in the shed. And unfortunately, I bet you he's decided to sit out, 15 games or 17 games? So that would mean that we'll see Jokic 16, 17. Maybe we'll see him against Oklahoma City. And he won't have to worry about winning MVP. And then he can skunk the shit out of Shea. See, look at that. I feel like I just fixed that. So that'll be good. I don't know. The Denver Nuggets, 1 minute they're like, oh my God, they're winning without Jokic. They look amazing. And then it's like, God, they look terrible. I wrote a couple more things down, but I doubt they're all that insightful. Oh yeah, I did remember. The one insightful little golden nugget they're going to talk about is the refs. I wrote down they missed a bunch of bunnies. Oh, swing around DHO. I think Denver actually created a accidental new play. I wrote a last note was Detroit is dumb. Like they're fucking stupid in terms of their fouling. Now we're going to talk about that in a second, but let me explain the swing around after DHO. I don't think the schedule is going to help us there, so we can just do that. How do I get it to... Okay, let's do that. Duh. All right, so let me show you. So normally the guard's got the ball and he goes over and gets trapped in the left side. I hate this kind of fucking offense. Like if I wrote my own offenses, they would not be like... If I had NBA players to run offenses, they would look entirely different. I cannot stand half of the NBA offenses. But the guard's going over to get trapped in the corner. And then... the big man's coming out to get a set a screen, and there's a few options off of that screen, right? If the big man can also come up and take the ball. I actually don't know all the terms for this, but say the guard enters it into the big man's at the three-point line. He's got his back to the basket, and then the other guard's coming around for that DHO, which is dribble handoff. So the big man's about to hand it off, but they run around. There's something that Peyton did. I wish I could pull up highlights. Something that Peyton and Val did. So Jamal gets the ball to Val, and they're just swarming the absolute loving shit out of him with their molestation defense, flies on shit defense, whatever you want to call it. The kind of defense that I can't stand. The Oklahoma City defense, it's just like foul as much as you can get away with. And just foul. Just fucking foul. Just jump in front of them and foul. And you'll get away with more than half of it, at least. Denver just can't handle pressure. And they can't seem to see what makes the pressure work on them. Like, those guys are anticipating every fucking move that you're going to make. And they just get up on you and go over here. And then this other side. And then the other here. And then, oh yeah, we know you're going to do this. So I'm going to run over there first. It's like, how do you not see that? And finally, Peyton was like, he didn't take the handoff, and he just kept running around in a circle. And he did like a 360 and then went down the middle, and Val just dumped it to him. And it was like, bam. That's your way out of that shit. There's two ways out of that. To run some cuts and backdoor cuts and swirly twirls or whatever we'll call that. And get some good passes. If you were holding the ball, as I tell my middle schoolers, you're going to get, what's the word? Accosted, molested, attacked. It's like flies on shit. The ball stops and they just go wham. So you got to keep the ball moving. And you can pass your way out of that. Denver tried, and they had about 40 turnovers because of it. Absolutely terrible. Fucking turnovers were annoying. And you know what? I'll mention this. Peyton Watson, Mr. Lackadaisical. Like, maybe he's tired, maybe he's worn down, maybe he's having a bad day, maybe something bad happened to him. I don't care. I honestly don't care. He has this jog around. God, doggy, dude, what the fuck? Yeah, not in the best mood today. TBH, not gonna lie. So he jogs around and he's kind of slow and he's like, oh, I'm LA cool. I'm just going to go at my own pace here. I'm just going to go at my own little pace. And that caused us so many problems. And Murray, too. Murray looked like shit, dude. I don't know what he ended up with, 20-some, but still. There were times where he was all right, but he was not. He just cannot handle pressure. That's what it comes down to. And Detroit is all about being so fucking stupid when you foul that they're into the bonus with like 5 minutes left in every single quarter. They have the most fouls in the league. Most likely. Shit, Thompson almost fouled out. They had to pull his ass out. Kareem Jean-Pierre. And actually, his brother, Amen Thompson, looks more like Kareem Jean-Pierre. Look it up. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that when you're playing a team that plays molestation defense, there's only two ways to handle it. Well, and that's if the refs are calling it. And what I did notice about this game was that the refs were doing a really good job of calling their bullshit. Like, I think they did a really good job. They didn't get everything perfect. They didn't get everything right. But they were not having Detroit's bullshit. They were calling the correct amount of hustle fouls, aggressive fouls. And I appreciate that. I noted the officials from tonight's game as now my new favorite crew. It's one of, I didn't think I could ever appreciate any NBA officials as bad as they've been. But whatever this crew was, they were legit because they could handle the molestation defense. The problem is Denver still couldn't. So what the fouling does is at least gives you an opportunity to make free throws. At least gives you the opportunity to stop the play and not get a turnover. at least gives them the opportunity to get into foul trouble. But you still got to handle the pressure because they're going to be aggressive the entire time. And like I said, there's two ways to handle it. One of it is just make your moves. You got to go hard. You got to stop on a dime. You got to switch directions. You got to slow up, speed up. And Jamal can do that. Tonight, he just did not have it. He didn't have it. And the other way is with force. The answer is violence. So you got to get guys in there that are, I don't care. Hunter Thompson. Fucking Amen Thompson. What was the other guy's name? Did I literally just say it and forget it? Amar Thompson? No, Hunter Tyson, my favorite player, even though I can't get his name right, who's on the end of the bench. He has 6 fouls. Send his ass in and set some of the hardest screens you've ever seen on the earth. Like concussion level screens. Like running screens. Like linebacker safety type hits. That's what I'm saying. You hit everyone. So you just basically start Hunter on the right wing. Murray goes out on the left. And then the big man comes out to pick for him. And he kind of swings around that pick. And then Hunter just goes straight across the top of the 3-point line. Drops his freaking shoulder into the kidney of Ben Stewart. And bam, we got ourselves a game. That's the only way to do it. You got to hit the motherfuckers as hard as they're hitting you. Because if you let them dominate you, you ain't getting shit. And I thought Denver did a decent job except for Murray. Here and there. I mean, Peyton was a little iffy. But Denver couldn't make shots to save their lives in the first half. What the heck? So I'm curious to hear about the... matter of fact, watch this. I have a secret weapon. That's my headphone. Where is it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up, of course that. You know what's crazy is I went on my, right towards the end of the game as I'm watching it delayed, I jump on, I was like, you know what, maybe I can get on YouTube and change my start time because it said 11 o'clock. I was going to change it to 12. Because I was so far behind. But as soon as I pull up the fucking YouTube, it shows me that. That one in the right corner with Murray, and it says sold. So. Oh, fuck you. House of Highlights. Who's this guy? Is he actually a Denver fan? House of Highlights? He's talking mad shit about Murray missing the free throws. Anyway, that's a lesson to those of you that don't like spoilers. Since I always watch the game later, I am adamant about not getting spoiled by friends or family or YouTube. And many times I'll make that mistake. Like sometimes I'll be watching the game and I'll be like, who are they playing next week? And then I look up Denver Nuggets schedule, and then it's like it shows them Denver loses. This was their plan. Okay, so I'm gonna go to DNVR Nuggets and pull up the out of gas. Yeah, that's what they look like. Seriously. Jamal Murray's free throws sink the Nuggets. So I was thinking maybe I could listen to DNVR because I'm listening in my ear. But that's not going to do us any good. They got 2,200 views on their show. Wonderful. I am most likely going to go water my cannabis plants here in Colorado and listen to their show while I do that. So hopefully you're listening to this show while you're watering your cannabis plants. If not, and you need to learn to figure out how to start growing cannabis, let me know. We'll figure something out. All right, we got Piff. Welcome on board for the Denver Nugget Show. The Little Nugget Show. Oh my God, I forgot to change the thing. Okay, the thing on the bottom should say The Little Nugget Show. But let me post my comment. It takes 2 emojis to do that. So I'm going to go through the schedule here. I think the Knicks might be a good one, especially if Joker's back. We might be able to get that one. Oh, that's right. So February 3rd is the... my God, they're playing on a Tuesday again at 5 p.m.? Are you kidding me? That's literally our last practice of the year. I have it at 7. So if I start watching at 5:30, damn it. I'm not even going to be able... Oh, my God. So the game... So normally I'd start a show at 9. I'm probably going to have to do that at like 11. Not that it matters. But if you want to reminisce about this loss, this terrible loss, the Detroit Pistons, in the next game, when they avenge their loss in Detroit, that will be next Tuesday, February 3rd. Little rats. And hopefully they will have taken care of OKC, because I believe we're playing OKC 4 times. I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. There we go. Chicago, Cleveland, rough. Memphis, is that the... No, that is not the rescheduled one, because they got their Memphis game postponed, as you know. Clippers again. Just trying to get a feel for how many teams. That'll be second time with Boston, second time with OKC, fourth time with Minnesota. I know that because we're 3-0. Utah, that'll be like the third. Lakers, second. Knicks, I feel like that's 3 with the Knicks, isn't it? 1. Is it way up here? No, I guess that's 2. Yeah, 2 with the Knicks. Get on this thing. Jazz, Lakers, Knicks, OKC again. Houston, San Antonio, Lakers. Yeah, the remaining schedule looks rough. Not gonna lie. I mean, Denver's just got to get up to full speed. They just need to get up. Oh, Memphis. Oh, I guess we're playing Memphis 4 times too. This is my understanding. There's the other Oklahoma City in the 4th game, and then San Antonio's the last game. Yeah, so we got to play OKC 4 times. I assume 2 are on the road and 2 are at home. Home. Away. This first one's at home, so the other one is away. Yeah, 2 on the road, 2 at home. Well, it's a 4-game series yet to unfold against the Denver Nuggets and the Oklahoma City Thunder. The most cringe team on earth to watch play basketball. If you're an Oklahoma City Nugget, oh my God, Oklahoma City Thunder fan, please leave a comment. Are there any OKC fans, honestly, outside of, Norman, Oklahoma? Or Tulsa? OKC? Because I just cannot stand Caruso. I can't stand Dort. I can't stand Jada. I can't stand Jalen Williams. I can't stand Shea. I can't stand Chet. I can't stand Hartenstein. Yeah, none of them. They're all terrible. Well, I apologize for my terrible mood. Hopefully, the next Little Nugget Show in 2 days after the ass-kicking that we owe Brooklyn Nets happens, I'll join you in a better mood. Until then, understand that we've done 30 minutes, and I'm out of here because I got work to do, meaning I got to go water my plants and get to bed at a decent hour. And tomorrow... you will be privy to, so tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah, tomorrow I'll go at 11 p.m. on The Grow Show if you want to talk about that. I got to write me a new essay for that one. If you haven't seen any of those, go check them out. Go under the live tab, rewatch them on 1.5 speed because that makes me sound smarter. And know that in the last 3 and going forward, I write this little 1 or 2 page essay on my thoughts about the cannabis industry or different things, farming, whatever. And that's forcing me to use my brain, so, which is one thing I did not use today. But thank you for wasting your time with me. I appreciate it. And leave a like, a subscribe. You know what's crazy is that I got up to 888 subscribers where it says, you look at your channel and it says 888. And now, for some reason, it was like 888, 8.88 thousand. And this is because I gave up on it a long time ago. That it died. And actually, when I started doing these live shows, it went backwards. So what the fuck? Where does it show your actual number? I think you have to get on the thing. Edit channel, analytics. There we go. Okay, 8876. That's what I have now. So I lost 4 subscribers. Net. Recent views, 500 in the last week. Okay, cool. 765. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is we need to get to 10,000 subscribers to make this worth my effort. And we can do that by the end of the year. That's my goal. So, whether you like the nuggets, the cannabis, the ganja, or just like to hear me talk shit, or even pontificate about the esoteric questions, the deep, meaningful, philosophical, and theological questions on the new show. Actually going to do that. Actually, I was going to do it tomorrow, wasn't I? We'll see tonight what I get motivated, what I get inspired with. Tomorrow might be the first night of the On Faith and Doubt show. That doesn't really flow, does it? On Faith and Doubt. Yeah, I need to, whatever. Yeah, there we'll examine the deeper questions of life. What is the purpose? What is ethics? What is morality? What is a worldview? How is a worldview determined? Why do people believe the things they believe? Why are people so fucking bad at making good decisions? Why are people so bad at reason and logic? We'll examine these and all the other questions on the On Faith and Doubt podcast. The other show is going to be called Eyes to See. Actually, I don't even like that one. I'm going to have to rethink the names. Leave some comments in the... Hey, Mary the Choke Artist. Yeah, that is... we have... Look at that. Look at that. We have a Detroit Piston fan in here. The 313 Thug. Yeah, 505 fucker. Yeah, Detroit is Thug. Thug City, isn't it? I bet you get along with all those players. Fuck out of here. King Cade. Cade's a bitch. He looks like he get a big old fucking bong rip, and he doesn't even want to be there. Refs tried to give the Nuggets the win. Oh, we got a couple of you fuckers in here. Smelly garage fluids. Can't tell if you're a Nuggets fan or a Pistons fan, but if you're a Pistons fan, then eat a dick. I don't care. Literally don't care. And Cade's not all that, honestly. And you just squeaked out a 2-point win without 4 of our starters. Get the fuck out of here. Bye.